Alright YouTube, ECW number 1 back here again. I'm going to do a detailed replica belt description video for you today, comparing the US non-spinner adult size title versus the Intercontinental adult size title. So yeah, just going to get started. I've not seen one of these videos before on YouTube, so I thought why not just do it. Loads of people debate over which belt from these two to get, so I'm just going to give my opinion on both of them in this video. I'll just start off now going from the left, obviously, to right, and then I'll do the center plates last, actually. Like all adult size belts, both of these come with the 2x8 snap boxes here. The IC is a different belt though. It's a lot different than all the other adult size replicas I've got, I think, because it has the thinner space between the snaps. Most belts have 1.5 centimeters between each snap here, while the IC has a single centimeter, 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters, 15 millimeters between. So this is a different snap box than most other belts have. I don't know why they did that. The strap's shaped differently as well. This is a standard adult size. This is the same template for the snap boxes and the shape of the strap that all have. For some reason the IC's got different. If you know why, well, post a comment. I've never been sure why, but that's just what you get there. Imprinted onto the end of the US is a floral design here. If the camera will pick up in the light, I'll try to get there, and obviously on the other side there, while the IC has nothing printed on it at either side here. After the end of the snap boxes, the IC instantly goes into printed WWE logos with champion underneath, going all the way along and stopping at the center plate. While the US has a floral design here, and the same on the other side, with WWE logos continuing past the center plate and all the way to the other side. So they differ in that the printed logos stop at the center plate in the IC, but continue completely around the US. Onto the second side plate. On the US, it's a Statue of Liberty head, which nowadays the belt actually has blue paint around it, which I will be painting this eventually, around the head of the Statue of Liberty. Obviously with 4 stars at either side. While on the IC, a much bigger second center plate, it's the, what is that, Antarctica and WWE logo there. It's obviously, on this part of the globe, it has the Antarctica, with these bars come, it's sort of continuing the theme of the Wing Eagle, which had the bars on the side plates and the center plate, which the IC has as well. Not much else to say about that side plate or the statue there. So moving on to this plate, it's got obviously the star there. No one's ever really been positive what this is. It's actually an eagle with the head protruding off the plate here, the wings coming down either side. So if you can see that in the light, that's what it is if you were wondering. Obviously red and white banners coming down either side of the Pentagon crest, which holds the WWE logo inside. Nowadays, around the WWE logo, the belt that Daniel Bryan holds actually has blue paint, much like the Statue of Liberty now has blue paint around it. So they've changed it up a bit since they made this replica, and it looks really good with the blue paint. I will be painting it. Here, the left first side plate on the IC has North and South America. If you can see there on the globe, it continues the theme from the first one, just changing the part of the globe that it features on the plate. So, and it's slightly bigger. I think it's a full centimeter bigger, 0.5 millimeters either side. So yeah, not much else to say there. I'll skip the center plates actually, I'll do them last. Like all adult size, 2x5 snap boxes, 2x5. Just on the IC, it's the thinner space between the snaps, the 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeters there. And the floral design, while the IC features no design on the edge, just the stitching. And obviously, like I said, the floral design here, and nothing there again, with the WWE logo stopping at the center plate and continuing on the IC all the way around the belt. On the US, I mean. Sorry. The US has one more plate than the IC does. The US actually has a property plate, which the IC does not feature. The property of World Wrestling Entertainment octagonal shaped plate there. Much like the Attitude Era belt had the more recent belts, or the women's had it, and the Undisputed belt had it. Nowadays belts seem to have lost the property plate, since, well, there's not much use for it. Most belts like to keep the symmetry to it, while the 6th plate puts it off balance. So I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why, but maybe it's just, don't know. Like the other second side plate on the other side of the US there, it's just mirrored. It's the Statue of Liberty again. Like I said, blue paint around it nowadays. It's exactly the same as the other one, so except mirrored, of course. Much like this is an exact copy of the first side plate on the other side, except mirrored again. These two plates are Asia, Australia. Obviously on the globe there, features Asia and Australia. Continuing design on the bigger plate, the first side plate on the right is Europe and Africa, and both are featured, if you can see, on the globe there. Moving on to the center plates, the size difference, you can see that the US is slightly taller. It is a full 9 inches high, while the IC, if I remember, is 7.5. No, it was 8 actually, I think. 7.5 or 8. I dropped my tape measure, so I'm not going to pick up and ruin this video, even though I should probably give the right sizes in it. But moving on to the details, as you can see, the IC plate is actually a lot thicker though. Wider, I mean. Yeah. The US title is pretty much dominated by a massive United States of America flag continuing all the way across the plate, if you can see there, which, yeah. The WWE logo is featured at the top there, inside the hexagonal box at the top, WWE logo, and underneath World Wrestling Entertainment. I remember at one point they had the background of this painted black, so you could see each word in the World Wrestling Entertainment standing out clearly, much like this with the black background. And that, of course, says United States Champion. And if you can see there, I've got John Cena nameplate. This belt came without a nameplate from the person I bought it from, and I had a spare Cena nameplate, so I thought, why not add it? It's better to have a nameplate on the belt than none, unless it's Rey Mysterio. Don't want to risk having that on your belt. That's why I've got a blank nameplate on this belt. As you can see, the top is World Wrestling Entertainment, and the WWE logo there, with Intercontinental Champion going across the whole plate in a banner. There's the kind of forked design that I mentioned was featured on the Wing Eagle and the Attitude belt, and looks to be continued on the side plates there, with the kind of knotted design continuing all the way around the belt. Here are 6 simulated diamonds, rhinestones, in the belt. When I received this belt, it was actually missing 4, so it's only got 1 there. And where's the other one? There. So it's missing 4, which sucks, but it's not that noticeable, so it doesn't really matter. And obviously a blank nameplate. The difference between this belt, obviously, and the WWF version of this is obviously the word Federation, the F scratch, and the old belt featured Intercontinental going across this whole banner with Champion replacing the nameplate. So yeah, that's pretty much, I think, the description of this belt. I'll flip them over, even because that's the most exciting part of the belt, is the back of it. It's the most requested part to see of the belt. And the IC, of course. I've obviously covered this table with cloth so it doesn't damage the plates. Hate seeing people on YouTube put it on the floor, dropping their belts, scratching them. When you pay that amount of money, you don't want to be ruining your belt. So yeah, there's not much to the back. You just see the back of the snaps, the bolts, and the Figures Inc. patches on the back. As you can see there, this is a 2005 belt. Still got the sticker. Got this in brilliant condition a week ago. No bubbles at all in the back. I think some are starting to form because I've kept it folded up though. It's a stupid move on my part. I peeled the sticker off here because it was peeling off after I was wearing it for a whole day one day. So it only has the patch now, and when I got this, it had immense air bubbles. Oh yeah, look at the air bubbles. So, and either way, I keep both these belts folded up like that in a cabinet, so I do not, look at that. That's fake leather for you. No holding it at all. Let's try the US belt actually. Maybe this will have more luck. No, it does not. It doesn't want to hold it. It's going. It's like a stubborn child. And which one will go first? Okay, the US is slightly more flexible, I'm thinking, because it's managed to stay. But yeah, I definitely don't recommend keeping your belts stored like that with the strap folded like that. It ruins them. If you can, hang them on the wall. Either hammer a nail through the holes. These are already holes. That's how most of my belts are held onto the wall, through the hole in the male snaps there. Just put a nail through it. It won't damage the belt at all. Just nail it to the wall. Or if you have a belt hanger, use that. Definitely don't fold them up. It ruins it so much and causes these beautiful things known as air bubbles. But then again, I got this belt in the 5 belt auction I got for really cheap price. After I sold the 2 belts I was selling off from that auction, this basically cost me £30. So for £30, 4 missing rhinestones and a slightly bent strap, hell of a lot worth it. But yeah, that's pretty much this video done. There's not much else to say about the belts. There they are. I'm just doing this in my kitchen because it has the best lighting, so I put a cloth over the table. I think that is this video done. There's not much else to go over about the belts. So yeah, nothing else to say. Okay, that's just going to be this video actually. This was ECW number 1, hopefully describing well enough the adult-sized United States WWE Intercontinental titles. So comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching.